Hi guys, this is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine. I have a treat for you guys tonight. Not only do I have an amazing 10-year-old coming from the state of Minnesota, I actually wrangled someone from Arizona. Let's see who that is. Hi,
What's
Nick.
going on, guys? How you guys doing? I'm Nicholas De Leon, and they call me Nikon Kid. I'm back.
And together, we're Billiard Talk, but we're going the junior side tonight. And we haven't seen Nick in a while, so we want him to catch up with us a little bit after our broadcast with our junior. But I thought I would give Nick a little trial run and see if he can help me out with some of these junior interviews. So up next, we have this amazing junior coming out of the state of Minnesota, Nick. Her name is, can you pronounce her name, Nick?
Elena?
Yes.
Elena, right? I think I butchered
this should be fun.
Yeah.
Let me run her promo video right quick so everyone can get familiar with her. She's an amazing young lady, like I said, out of the state of Minnesota. You know who else comes out of the state of Minnesota? No clue, Nick? April Larson.
No. Oh, I did not know that. You had no
idea? Yeah, she's originally from Minnesota. Fantastic young lady. Let's go ahead and run that promo video.
Because she was staying in Texas for a while.
Right. I think she moved back to Texas. She's probably thinking that's going to be her home from here on out. But let's go ahead and get started with Elena right quick. Let me run that promo video. Okay, you ready to meet our young gun?
Let's roll.
Okay. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Let's see if I can fix this where we can all be.
There you go. That's better.
All be seen. Can we switch everybody around? I wonder if it'll let us. That way she can be in the middle. This one's better. What do you think, Nick? Better?
I like it. That's perfect.
Okay. First off, Elena, could you tell us where you're from originally?
Prior Lake, Minnesota.
Where is that at, Mom? On that big map?
It's about
close to what city?
About 30 minutes from Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Okay, cool. Okay. Cool. How often do you get out to play?
How often do you play?
When I can.
As often as possible.
As often as possible. I hear you. It's a little intimidating with the camera in front of you. We'll make sure that you ease up just a little bit. That's the reason why we let you bring reinforcements. This is a girls' power hour, but we had to include my friend Nick because I've not seen him in forever.
Me and Nick go back to Arizona too, so.
Nick, you have people in Minnesota that love you from AZ. Awesome.
I don't know. It's crazy. There's so many. It's like a small world.
Isn't it? Our little tiny billiard family. Mm-hmm. So, Elena, I hear you've been playing pool since the age of 5. Is that correct?
Well, I started playing when I was 7, but I started wanting to play when I was 5.
Wow, that's amazing. Nick, how old were you when you first started playing pool?
I was 12. Okay. Yeah, I was 12 because like 11 or probably 13. Because at 12 I was in a big BMX bike accident and I was almost paralyzed. So I put that aside and my uncle introduced me to pool.
Well, I think that would have been a lot safer for everyone involved. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a lot better.
What school do you go to?
Turned out not too shabby.
Right. What school do you go to, Elena?
I go to Sun Path Elementary in Shakopee.
And what grade are you in?
I'm going into 5th grade.
Oh, big girl, 5th grade. Fun times. Are you looking forward to your next year?
Yeah.
What is your next tournament coming up?
Nationals.
Nationals. All right. So you will be playing in the 13 and under division?
Yeah.
Girls division, or is it just mixed, Mom?
I think it's just 13 and under.
Okay, cool.
It's VNEA juniors nationals.
Okay, awesome.
And how old are you?
10.
I thought you were asking Mom. I was gonna say.
I was like,
No. I'm just gonna call her a nickname. I'm gonna call her Nugget, so I can't butcher that.
No, you cannot. You can call her Nugget. That'll be fine. I think she'll be good with that. Okay, let's go ahead and ask some questions. Nick, do you have any questions for Mom or our little Nugget here?
Out there, yeah. Okay, so I'm not familiar with I get out of town, but I don't get everywhere, of course. What are the pool halls like? Like, is it like valleys? Is it diamonds? Is it Brunswicks? Like, what do you guys have out there, or is it mostly just bar table?
She would be the one to better answer that. Auntie knows all that stuff.
Miss Heather, I see here that our little Nugget plays out of shooters and CRs. Do they have valley tables, or do they have, is it a bar box area? Do you have?
We have diamonds, bar box, and then shooters has, I believe, 8-foot Brunswicks.
Nice.
And a couple 9-foot diamonds.
Okay, nice. Sounds like a good array of tables in that area. We've never been over there, so Nick and I always like to ask, especially the juniors, because it's hard for you guys to get into certain places. Miss Heather, do you feel like the kids have enough areas to play out of Minnesota? They don't. Okay, so you guys are struggling like the rest of the communities are then. How far are you guys driving to take her to venues?
Depending. Yeah, about a half hour, 45 minutes.
Okay. Nick, does that sound about right for you guys when you were growing up? About a half an hour or so?
Tell you the truth, I was out of my uncle's house for the longest time, and then it was me traveling throughout the city.
Okay. All right.
So mostly, right now, we're 31 minutes from Bullshitters. I'm 38 minutes from Main Street. I'm 42 minutes from Skip and Jan. So it's all freeway. So it's not.
Where are you now, Nick?
I'm in Avondale with my wife and I. So unfortunately, I don't get out as much as I do now. Or I don't get out as much as I used to, because now we have a table at home. So I really don't have to pay pool time. So I get out if I have to do a lesson, or I have to meet a group of people or whatnot. Or wife has a tournament that I have to go and sit and support. So.
Okay, Miss Elena, what is in your case? Do you remember what I'd asked? Do you remember what's in it?
Yeah. I'm
digging that headband. The pink. Love it.
Auntie, I have my Coda brake cube, my / jump cube, because it breaks apart. And I have a McDermott playing cube, and I have a pre-shower jump cube from Auntie.
Nice.
Tone V10 chalk and holder and backup chalk. So
always need backup chalk, right, Nick?
I misplaced it.
What else?
Have my glove, my tip shaper tool, and my claw.
Nick, her case sounds like yours. Do you have a little hidey spot in your case for high chews? She's looking at me like.
I do. I always have them.
Nick carries a giant pool case with nothing but candy in it. So if you see him, You ask him for high chews. I promise you he will.
Yeah, if I'm out of candy, it's because Sophia, Kennedy, and
And Savannah.
And
Yeah.
Savannah.
Like I have to bring double batches to Texas when I go for the Open because they are all over me when it comes to the candy.
I said nothing much.
Last thing. The last thing you have. What else do you have in there?
I have my autograph book with signatures.
So how
Awesome.
many signatures have you got so far?
Oh, how many I've got? Almost 20. About 20.
20 in
I'll tell you what. If you run into this man right here and you get his autograph, I will mail you 2 bags of high chews. All you need to do is get his autograph with a picture with him and hold up his autograph, and I'll send you 2 bags of high chews.
Done.
done.
Good luck, Nick.
I just need your address.
Yeah,
You want to do the Hex tournament.
Have your auntie send me your address, and I'll mail you something.
Sounds good.
Okay. I
From
think that was a good icebreaker, Nick.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What do you prefer, 8-ball or 9-ball?
I prefer 8-ball, but I also play 9-ball and 10-ball.
Ooh, that's a good
Nice.
array of, yes, really. Which game is it that she's better at, Miss Heather? Do you think?
Personally, 9-ball,
Okay.
because there's more space on the table for her,
Right.
and she doesn't quite have the cue ball control for 8-ball.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, 8-ball's
I'm
more
like her.
strategy.
I'm sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
8-ball's more strategy than
Yeah.
run out.
I'm an 8-ball player. Believe it or not, I would rather play 8-ball than 9-ball.
Hey,
I'm
even Federer says that 8-ball is the hardest game to play out here in America. He's like 8-ball bar table is the hardest game.
So she's starting off strong. She likes her some 8-ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Who has been your biggest support system or motivation?
Auntie, Heather, and Mom.
She's so adorable. All right, congratulations, Mom and Auntie Heather. You guys have
Yeah,
made
that's
the
great.
news.
You have to have the support system. You know, like that's what I
Absolutely.
say. Somebody asked me on the podcast when I was out in Sacramento. I was on Post Up, and we were watching Skylar and Shane play the finals. And somebody said, "Hey, how are you able to go and travel the world pretty much for pool?" I said, "Well, I go other than having sponsors, you have to have a great support system." And I go, "If it wasn't for my wife, there'd be no way I could be doing what I'm doing today." I go, "Of course, my sponsors help out, of course, but you have to have that support system first before you can do anything else."
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Because you have sponsors too.
So be very appreciated. I tell all the kids this, that whoever is out there and taking you to events, whether it's your aunt, your uncle, your dad, your mom, whatever, always be grateful, because it's great to see. Like my mom took me when I was young up until a certain age, but if I never was able to get out because bars wouldn't let me in or whatnot, but with my mom, it would that's another one of being a support system. Just be appreciated of it, because there's a lot of families that sacrifice. Like normally it's soccer, or normally it's other sports or whatever.
The state of hockey in Minnesota.
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, for sure. Because Savannah was in hockey, she dropped that to do pool, and look at like a year later, she's exploded. So it's just the more work you put in, or I should say, the person that puts in the more work has the most shine, right? So it's not you're going to get the shine tomorrow because you put in 10 hours today. It's just gradually, working on what you dislike about your game.
Good. Love that. Love that. Okay, Miss Nugget, what has been your biggest accomplishment?
Placing 3rd in the 7 to 11 girls
Good
division.
job.
First.
All right.
was state junior, and because it was my first time getting a trophy, even though it was third place, and
then what? Then what happened? You got what?
and then I got another trophy
That same weekend.
that same weekend for teams
7 to 11.
7 to 11.
Wow, you've got to go get her, Mom.
I've been playing for 3 years.
That's
She's
great.
been playing her whole life, Nick.
Now, do you guys have Fargo out there, or
Oh, yeah. Yep.
you guys have Fargo? So, what is your Fargo?
You remember? Because you're not fully established.
Well, hold on.
She's
I
got like
the app right here.
150 robustness, Nick. She's
Yeah.
at a 237, I believe.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm trying to make sure I put in the right spelling.
He's looking you up, girly.
Ooh,
Nick,
yeah.
quit trying to get side action with the juniors.
Hmm.
I'm betting on her.
You raced to 21. You raced to 1. Yeah.
Hey, that's good. Yeah. 237. That's good. My
Good
wife
job.
started out 3 years ago. Well, roughly almost 3 years ago. Around that Fargo, and just the work that she's put in. It's just it just keeps on getting higher and higher and higher.
Hers is it'll be a year reporting to Fargo in July.
Oh,
That's
awesome.
pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to drop some names there, Miss Nugget? Who are your favorite pool players?
Here's the test.
Let's
How
get
about,
ready.
how about we separate that? How about we do your best pool players females and your best pool player males?
Ooh.
Top 5.
Who's
How
your
about that?
favorite female pool player?
Who's your all-time favorite?
Christina to catch. 'Cause
Yeah, she is awesome.
she's always focused at the table. Like everything around her, like background noise and stuff, is irrelevant.
Correct.
She's
Who else?
right. She's right. Who
April
is your
Larson,
favorite? Go ahead.
April Larson and because she's from hometown, and
Who's the one that you just met out in Wisconsin?
Kelly Fisher.
Kelly's awesome.
She
That's
is really
for sure.
cool.
Who is your favorite male player?
Ooh, who's your favorite male one? I know this one.
Should we have the parents leave the room?
No, we're waiting on you to leave, Nick.
Don't want to hurt your feelings.
No, it's okay. I have my females and my males.
Who's your favorite boy player?
Shane Van Boyden.
Shane
That's
Van
great.
Boning. We knew that one was coming, though.
Tell him what you got from him.
I got like his extension.
I'm friends with Ben Sutherland, and he was able to get it to Alina, and he
That's
stepped
awesome.
aside. Yeah,
That
so
is
it's the one that
very
he-
cool.
it's really
That's
cool.
awesome.
Big shout out to Shane. Awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool move there, Van Boning. Very cool move. Let's see. What has been your biggest lesson so far?
Chalk is free.
She's way more funny than you, Nick.
Yeah, always. They always are.
That's absolutely true. And hit the white ball first. Those were the two
Yeah.
rules that I was taught growing up. Chalk is free and hit the white ball first. And why do you keep doing that?
Because I used to forget my chalk. Now I really forget the chalk.
I did too. You're not the only one. Hey, we can only remember so many things at 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you're lucky to have the same shoes on the right feet at 10.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Some days I question that too.
And if you get dressed in the middle of the night, it may be two different colored shoes.
or
Or sock.
or two different socks,
Yeah, that's happened before too.
right?
Oh my goodness, that was a good one. What is one tournament you would like to play in and why?
One that you would like to play in? Ooh,
What? You didn't say that. You said
I didn't know this one. What one do you want to attend?
the Moscone Cup.
And what one do you want to play in?
The Moscone Cup.
Okay. Well, I hope
A
to
lot
see
of
you in
fun.
Wisconsin at that qualifier, young lady. Let's get you a seat on that team with Priscilla Kinsley, Landon Hollingsworth, or Joey Tate. They need bodies.
Yes, they do.
Goals, right?
That's right. Nick was a Moscone Cup hopeful last year. Nick, could you give her a little rundown on your journey on the Moscone Cup trail?
Oh man, it was. It all started off with Derby. I wasn't going to go to Derby last year at all, and Emily came out with a post that said that the 9-ball ranking was part of their ranking system at Derby. So I said, okay, let me go and let me just have a shot. And I have had really good friends, Tony and Julie Bloom, that helped me out, get me out there, and
And I drove Daisy around.
Yeah, and it was it was a big eye opener. You know, it was my first really big stage to play in, other than the Predator events, the races to 4 and whatnot. And it was one match after another match, and I mean, it was nonstop. But that first year that I went to bed early. I got plenty of sleep. Like, there's so much gambling and fun going on at the Derby, so it's hard to stay away, or it's easy to stay awake in the journey. And I ended up taking 10th out of like 300 some odd people.
I thought it was 5.
And
Wow.
what?
I thought it was 500.
Oh, was it 500? Oh yeah, they maxed it out just like they did this year. So.
You got 10th
Well,
out
it's
of
crazy.
500 people. That's
Yeah,
pretty
so
impressive.
at round 8, my like a big eye opener happened for me. At round 8, I'm undefeated, and I don't know like what the 1 next to the name is or a 0 next to the name is. Like, I'm clueless. I'm just there to play one match at a time until I get knocked out. And Shane just got done torturing Dennis Gabe from overseas, and I'm over there at the booth waiting to find out where I'm going to play next. And he comes over. He's all, hey, how you doing? I go, I'm good. And he's all, you know that you're the only undefeated American player that's here today, right? And I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, you pay attention? Like I didn't say that to him, but I'm just like, it's shocking that, that I'm like a nobody when it came out to like my first, big event. And I go, well, unfortunately, I just lost in the in the round 8. But he's all, man, he's all good running. He's all, keep it up. So I go into my round 9, and I win. And I get into round 10. I'm playing John Mora, and he breaks and runs like 6 of 9 against me. So he beats me like 9-1. He played remarkable. And then, of course, when he gets on the TV table after the match after that, it just, totally opposite. Of course, that kind of happens. But I take 10th there. I'm really not looking forward to anything. I know I'm going to go to Vegas for the races for. I've never played in the 10-ball World 10-ball event because it's all invites only. So I'm on my couch about like a month before the event, and I get an email from CSI, and it says, congratulations, you're invited to the World 10-ball. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, just one event, like, just changed everything for me, like, going forward, right? So I go, I pay, I get everything taken care of with my sponsors. And I go, I play. I don't do too good, but it was just more of the, like, I made it kind of like, deal. Like, once you get that first invite, you're like, man. And then like 4 weeks later, I get an email from Matchroom, and it says, oh, hey, book your seats for the World 9-ball. I'm like, thanks. Like, right? Because I thought, getting a Matchroom event, right, you would be the invite. And like 3 days later, I'm going to bed, and I just happen to jump on my phone real quick because of their time differences, and I'm just going through my emails, deleting, and I get a Matchroom event invite, and I couldn't believe it. Like, my first World 9-ball matchroom invite, and I mean, I just had chills. And the funny thing is that Predator does for World 10 ball auto-populated a draw, right? And Matchroom was pulling out of like a bag or a hat or whatever each player once they seeded their players. And I ended up drawing Alex Kazaxis in the World 10 ball and in the World 9 ball first round. And I'm like, man, what are the odds of that? So I lose to him in both. And then I have to win 3 matches or 2 matches on the B side in the World 9 ball. And my last match to win, I mean, I was nervous. I just dogged a 9 ball to get on the hill. And it was just like, oh my God, this is how I'm going to lose. And not just that, is that during my match, I could see out of the corner of my eye that, like, you know, somebody's down there just chilling on a table, you know, just sitting, you know. And I wasn't trying to pay too close attention to it. Then I realized it was Jeremy Jones, you know doing his scouting. But I ended up winning that match, thankfully. And I made it to the top 64 to my first World 9 ball event. And then the draw comes out. I'm the only American playing in the morning. I'm like, great, here I go. I'm going to be solo, right? I'm going to be by myself. Everybody else is going to be sleeping in. And I have to play Albin Ocean. And I'm just like, man, there's more pressure on this guy than it is for me, because the better players always, or everybody on the arena always think and know that the better player is supposed to win, right? But being that best player, it puts more pressure on them to win, because they have to live up to a certain a level of play. So I get down like 2-1, and then I'm down 3-2, and then he makes a mistake. I capitalize and make it 3-3. I break and run, make it 3-4. Break and run, make it 5-3. Break and run, make it 6-3. Like, I'm playing like out of my mind against Albin. And then I'm running out again. I'm breaking, running out, and I dog a 9 ball. And I missed the easiest 9 ball, and probably because of the nerves, you know, playing the champions, you know, you're not used to it. And I end up losing 11-6 from there, or 11-7 from there. Like, it was just like he was unstoppable. Like, I gave him the in, and he fully took advantage of everything. And it was just one thing after another. And then it was like, I went to Europe, and then I went to Spain, and then I went to, you know, it was like I was doing everything, and my sponsors were helping me, but my support with my wife was a big part of that. And I was so grateful last year. And now this year I've missed a lot of events, so I'm trying to finish the year strong. So it's just, you're never out of it. The one thing I can possibly give some advice to is don't listen to anybody else besides your support system.
Absolutely.
When you start shining,
the haters come out.
Yes, they do. And that's one thing that I had to learn the hard way, because I had pool family here, and pool family is kind of, you know, like, didn't hit home like it was supposed to. So you just make sure you stick to who has been there for you and who has been there and helping you and pushing you and all that good stuff. Just don't listen to anybody else, because all the bad stuff that they'll say, or the incorrect stuff that they'll say, is just to get in your head and just to believe in yourself. So
I tell her a lot, actions speak louder than words when it comes to people that support her, doing drills, showing up to tournaments.
Yep.
Sharing
Even if you're going 2 and out, you're
Yeah.
at least showing up and doing something that nobody else is doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I look at it. Like, eventually, like my wife, she was going 2 and out. She was going 2 and out, and then she'd go 3 and out, and then she'd go 4 and out, and then she'd go 5 and out, and then she'll go 6 and out, and then she started cashing, You just have to keep pushing yourself. And Alex Pagalian says is the best. If you're going to an event and you're winning, it's great. But if you lose, it's because something happened, right? And if he says, I don't know exact words, but it's, when you lose is when you learn the most.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. Good advice, Nick. Thanks
So
for the story.
that's all I'm doing, is that if I don't win an event, I don't win an event, but I can at least look back and see what I did wrong
And learn
to
from it.
work on it to get better.
Great advice. Okay, let's finish this interview, kiddo. She looks like she's a little bit bored.
She's hungry.
I bet she is. Let's move it on along.
All
She's
right.
hungry.
Okay, doll. Do you feel that the junior players have the support that they need? And be honest.
Who is that for? You.
Her. Do you feel like you have the support you need?
Yeah.
You think so? Do you think we could do better, though? The people outside your family, do you think we could do better?
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do about getting some more venues in Minnesota. We'll do what we can. Nick and I are always trying our best to talk to these room owners to let them know that our kids need more places to play. So
Yeah, it's
we're
really
down
hard
for
because
you.
of the liquor license. So
Yeah. Okay.
well
What advice would you give newcomers to the game of billiards? You have any advice for, say, a little girl that's like 8? She got a new pool cue and she's like, do you think I should play in league? What would you tell her?
Have fun. Talk is free, so use it.
Good job. I love it.
I love to have fun. I'm like, every pose I normally do is like, it's time to play pool and have some fun. Because if you're not having fun, it puts so much more pressure on you to do well or to win every match. If you have fun, then everything will just come together.
Right?
Okay, one last question, and then I'll let you go eat dinner. Are you ready? If I could give you a big bag of money, and I said, you cannot spend all this money on yourself. You have to spend it in the community on pool. What would you do with all that money?
I know. I mean,
Be honest.
I know what I would do, but what would you do?
Donate free equipment.
Awesome.
That's
Now,
awesome.
that's
That's
a heart of gold right there, Mom.
Right?
That is beautiful. I love that answer. Well, Nugget, I appreciate you coming on tonight. And if there is anything I can do for you in the future, you please reach out to myself or Mr. DeLeon, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Do you have any up-and-coming fundraisers that you would like to say tonight that might help you out over there in Minnesota? Do you have something coming up?
This weekend, don't you? You're doing a lemonade stand.
Miss Heather, you're more than welcome to speak for her. Mom, either one of you. If you guys have something going on, now's the time to spill.
I have a lemonade stand this weekend.
Okay.
That's
So
awesome.
You're in the Minnesota area. Miss Heather, could you kind of say a general area where you guys will be having that?
In Minneapolis, like the Minnehaha Mile at a friend of ours, one of our sponsors, Turquoise Vintage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a vintage boutique store, whatever. And
Boutique. Okay.
yeah, so she's gonna set up there. But I just wanted to know, just to piggyback off her sponsors, if she could share with you some of her sponsors.
Yes, ma'am.
She's in a very unique situation in comparison to other pool players, which I'm very proud of for this. So, who are your sponsors?
You know your sponsors? You know them all.
You don't have to go.
Okay. Eagle's Nest and Lounge. They're
Awesome.
a pizza place. Noodles and Company.
All right.
How'd you get? Okay. I want to stop you right here. I love Noodles and Company. How'd you guys land Noodles and Company?
Look at her. She's adorable.
No way.
River location.
Oh my God. I absolutely love Noodles and Company. I'm like, man, that is awesome.
We can make a trade for High Chew for noodles.
Got you.
I'll take the logo for sure.
And who else?
Anybody else?
Oh yeah. Turn around quick.
She doesn't need to turn around.
Oh, okay.
She has Redline Contracting.
Oh, nice.
Everlight Solar.
Sweet.
And
Too much hair.
Never complain about having that gorgeous amount of hair. It's beautiful.
and then our friend who owns the vintage shop, which is Turquoise Vintage. She
Awesome.
also owns a photography business, Tony Forball. And then her only pool sponsor is We Play Billiards with Priscilla Hernandez.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw the logo and I wanted to ask, but you guys already covered it.
Yep, and then she has a stylist to do her hair when she does tournaments as her sponsor.
That's
Who's
awesome.
doing her hair?
Her name is Amber.
Huge shout out to Miss Amber out in Minnesota for doing this lady's beautiful hair. Thank you so much for the support.
Well,
Well, that's
wanted to say
awesome.
because only one of her sponsors is pool related. But
Hey,
I know that.
I support Nick and everything he does, and I'm not a pool player.
Well, I know Emily has spoken about how she wants to get other businesses involved that are not pool related.
Absolutely.
It's the only way to grow grow billiards, because the inside industry, unfortunately, it doesn't do as much as they should. I'm not
They
saying
can't.
that every business is like that when it comes to industry, because of course everybody has their own budget. You know, I get it 100% for business, but if we can get more help from the outside community businesses, it'll help grow our sport.
And most of her sponsors, or I shouldn't say most, but a great handful, didn't even know that there was a junior league or that they could sponsor her.
No.
She has an entire letter that she wrote asking for sponsorship, and she put them on her jersey. And
You're doing a fantastic job, ladies, on raising this young lady. She is beautiful and a go-getter, and you have to be in this industry. Women are often just not looked at the same as the men are. I love the billiards industry. I've loved it for most of my life, but unfortunately that's the way it is. No offense to Nick and his manliness, but us girls got to stick together sometimes. But I leveled the playing field and let Nick piggyback.
And make sure you send me her address and everything.
And Nick will make sure he gets those high shoes out.
We'll have to do some discussing here. I like noodles.
Crazy.
I'll cater your next event.
Huh?
I'll cater your next event.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
I guess we're heading to Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Yeah, you got to come up and visit us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure, ladies, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. Like I said, if there's anything I can do for you, make sure you tag myself or Nick DeLeon, and we'll get those high chews out to you as soon as we can, and maybe an autographed photo from Nick, but I still need that selfie. Or if you can make Nick do the silly face, triple high chews.
Let's do it.
But you got to get a picture of it. Usually it's him holding an ice cream.
Yeah.
It's always the ice
My
cream.
favorite.
Who loves ice cream? Maybe they could, have ice cream together one day.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yes, it can.
Her eyes are big. We're going to let you ladies go have dinner. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And good luck.
It was nice meeting you.
Good luck this weekend with your fundraiser, okay? Make sure
Have
you tag
fun.
me.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
She was amazing. What such a lovely young lady.
Yeah.
I'm going to end this segment, put Nick on hold, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. We've got a lot to talk about. It's been since, oh my gosh, Nick, since January.
I think so, yeah.
We'll do another 20-minute segment with Mr. DeLeon coming back up next in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned, guys. See you in a minute, Nick.
All right.
Like I always say, it takes all of us to make sure that our junior players are getting the things that they need, like equipment, travel expenses, just a little bit of help, especially from single moms and, a lot of single parents out there. So if you have it in you to donate anything, look us up on juniorbilliardscholarshipfoundation.org or contact any number of these junior players. You can get in touch with me if you would like to make a donation, and I'll make sure it gets directly to that junior player. Like I said, it takes a village to raise a pool player sometimes, and why can't it be us? Anyway, it's been real, guys, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes with Nick DeLeon and myself on Billiard Talk with the Nikon Kid and the Diva. But for now, we'll talk to you guys next week because I have another junior player coming up. And stay tuned. The girls are on the rise.